Namaste. I thought I'd upload a video. First of all, Merry Christmas to everybody, and I'm wishing everybody an incredible New Year. So this video is going to be on absolute truth, absolute reality. What is absolute reality as compared to objective reality? Is what we see around us, what we class as matter, what we class as solid, is that the ultimate reality? Or is it just that our senses, our human senses, are creating a perception, a sense of reality, a sense of solidity, a sense of substance? And is this testable? Is there any way of proving this to yourself? The answer is yes, there is. So I uploaded a video fairly recently on my tutorials and teachings about absolute truth and relative truth. This is kind of a follow-on from that video. I would definitely advise you to check that video out first if you have not already watched that video, to give you like a basic understanding on absolute truth versus relative truth. Okay, so just really briefly, relative truth is what you perceive with your senses, with your pre-existing programs, with your inherited memories, of course, your five senses, your physical senses, your thoughts, and your feelings. The question is, does what you feel, taste, touch, sense, think of, and hold as an idea, is that reality? Is that the ultimate or the absolute truth? And then the answer is no. And we know this now. Science has proven this. We know that what we call matter is ultimately energy, vibrating fields of energy. Even when I say fields, even that is a theory. It's postulating. So we have all these different theories and theorems. There are some scientists now who strongly believe that we are in a computer simulation. Some are postulating that it could be us in the future, and that the Earth could have been destroyed, and that it's a future us reliving in some kind of a simulation what the Earth used to be like. Others think that this is something on the same lines, but maybe it's higher dimensional beings of some sort, and that these are the avatar bodies. These are real, postulations. Scientists are really beginning to think that this is some kind of a simulation. Matter, as we know it, electrons, as they are termed, come in and out of existence. They blink in to what we call reality, and then they blink out of reality. Where do they go? If all of these electrons are disappearing, nothing can disappear. Energy cannot be created nor destroyed. It can only be transformed. And we now know that everything that we call matter, that we call solid, is ultimately just energy vibrating, oscillating, gyrating. There are many theories, but is there a way of testing this, of proving this to yourself, of proving the ultimate reality? What is the ultimate reality? What does everything consist of? Okay, we know that everything within the physical realm consists of energy, nothing more. It's just energy vibrating, oscillating, gyrating. Some think in fields, some think within some quantum. I don't really know the terms, but within some quantum realm, encompassing all of what we would call the universe or the multiverse. Okay, we now know that there are other universes. So there's the multiverse theory going around. There is the many worlds theory. There's all these different theories, but they are just that. They are theories. There is an ultimate way of testing this for yourself, of testing, of knowing, of becoming aware of the only thing that truly exists, the only thing that you could call the absolute truth, the fundamental reality, the fundamental truth. So, how do we do this? How do we test for this? It's simpler than you think. So we know that everything that we touch, taste, smell, sense, think and feel is illusory. Donald Hoffman, an incredible scientist, has proven pretty much to 99.99 whatever, it's an incredibly high percentage, using supercomputer simulations, using I think it's advanced game theory, I think I might be right in saying that, evolutionary game theory. He's been doing this work for a long time, decades, and his team have come up with some incredible findings. He has a book called The Case Against Reality. In this book, I haven't read this book, by the way, but I've heard many of Donald Hoffman's podcasts, and I would recommend that you watch at least one or two of them. There's a really good one on theories are everything with Kurt Jammerngel. That's a really good podcast. I would highly recommend that you watch that. Donald Hoffman has proven that not only that Darwinian evolution is just gone, he's shot it out of the water, but he's also proven that things, solid objects, all solid objects, everything that we call objective reality is not just a little bit different from how we perceive it to be, but it's entirely and utterly different from how we perceive it to be. So what does this mean? It means that everything that we think of as solid, everything that we think of as the universe, is nothing like how we perceive it to be. It's utterly different. So then the question is, so what is real? What is fundamental? And is there a way of testing for this? And there is. There's a really simple way, and Rupert Spira, It has absolutely nailed this. I would highly recommend that you check out some of his podcasts. Again, check out The Theory of Everything podcast with Rupert Spira and Kurt Jarmungel. And Bernardo Kastrup is another incredible pioneer, a scientist who has come to the same conclusions. There is somebody else. There is a man called, I'm trying to think of his name, Guru. Leo Guru. I will find out the spelling and I will add this to the text on this video. Leo Guru is on the same page. Extremely close, if not identical, to Bernardo Kastrup and Rupert Spira. They're all on the same page, and I've had the same realizations. All you have to do is realize that what you sense, what you perceive, what you think, what you have been told is ultimate, is fundamental, is real, it's just been blown out of the water. So there's one way of testing for what is fundamentally real, for what is absolutely true. All you have to do is close your eyes, without thinking, without having any thoughts, because don't forget, thoughts are pre-programmed information that you've learned, that you've inherited. That's out the window now. So hearing, taste, touch, smell, that's all out, that's gone. They give you false signals, false perceptions of what reality truly is. So that's out the window. That's fleeting. Your thoughts change all the time. You get a thought, it comes in, it goes back out. You might get repeated thoughts, but they're fleeting. Senses, you cannot trust them. We now know by Donald Hoffman's work that senses are basically just giving you a false sense, a false signal of reality, base reality. Elon Musk says that there is a 99.9999% chance that we are not in base reality. So forget everything that you've ever been told, all your pre-learned programs and all of your inherited memories of what you think reality is. What are you left with? So with your eyes closed, without thinking, any thoughts. If any thoughts come in, let them just go through your head. Don't attach to them. Let the thoughts come in and go. You can't listen to any of your thoughts or your perceptions. That's gone. Any of your pre-programmed ideas of reality, that's gone. What are you left with? What is the one thing that you have that you are left with? No thoughts, no feelings, no objects. What is the one thing that is constant that you are left with? Now that we've ruled out all of the above. Awareness. Awareness is your infinite nature. Awareness is the absolute truth, the fundamental truth. Awareness, that state of just being aware, not of any thoughts, not of any things, not of any places, and not of any people, but that all-encompassing awareness. Now just keep your eyes closed. No thoughts, no feelings. no places, no people, no emotions, and no things. What you are left with is infinite awareness, infinite consciousness, conscious awareness. You can even take away sentience, take away the sense of self, because individualized self is also an illusion. If you reduce this down enough, you will come to the place that many mystics, sages, great teachers and masters have been teaching for the whole time that humanity have been here. That infinite awareness, that infinite consciousness, the eternal state of being, of observing, being aware. This is the ultimate truth. This is your ultimate truth, and we know that consciousness cannot be turned off. Even general anesthetic just bombards your brain with so many messages that it's like when you add pixels to the TV screen and you keep on adding pixels and pixels and bombarding it, and eventually the whole screen goes completely white or black. If you added enough pixels, the whole screen would just go black. That's what happens when, but the screen's still there, right? The screen is still there. It's just gone utterly black, so you can't see any pictures, so you don't have any memory of any pictures. This is what general anesthetic does to you. So when people say, well, your consciousness ceases, I had no memory, or I could feel no pain, well, it's full of very, very powerful painkillers as well. But the part that knocks you out is the part that just overloads your mind, your human brain, so that you just don't have any memory of anything, any pain, or your perception is basically whited out or blacked out. When pilots go into a centrifuge and are spun around to get these incredible G-forces that eventually knock them out, right? They black out. Essentially, they're not meant to be conscious, but many of them have come back and given reports of having these extraordinary dreams, like coming out of their body, really vivid, what they call dreams. The same has been reported with fighter pilots when they've been pulling incredible Gs in the air. They've reported having out-of-body experiences, almost near-death type experiences, where they've come out of their body and floated above the cockpit, looking down on their human body with the mask on, while they're blacked out for just those 1 or 2 seconds. So, what happens when you die? Well, death doesn't exist. Death, as in when you just cease existing, that doesn't exist. You simply have been there, you just pop out of your body. Your soul pops out of your body. And you have more awareness, more consciousness by far than when you are inside one of these bodies. The fundamental truth, the absolute truth, is conscious awareness. Okay, I'm going to leave you with that. It's an interesting one. It's the only thing that's real, the only thing that's true, the only thing that's provable to yourself. You are infinite and eternal. You are consciousness. Consciousness expressing itself in an individualized form. Okay, one love. Namaste.